I slept with my golden sister's husband, who is also my ex. Hello, I, 22F, just wanted to get this off my chest. 3 years back I was dating this guy, let's call him Mark, 24M, but the relationship wasn't great. We dated almost a year, and we broke up. 3 months later, my golden child older sister, 24F, started dating someone but was keeping it low-key and ended up getting pregnant. Turns out the father was my ex-boyfriend. They started dating around a month after we broke up. My sister had been living in an apartment, and Mark moved in with her while I still lived at home with our parents. After COVID, my sister had some money issues and asked our parents if they could move in with us. I asked my parents to not let Mark move in, but my sister said she needed him during the pregnancy, and of course they allowed them both to move in. It was super uncomfortable being locked in during quarantine. I had cut contact with my sister after we found out that she was dating my ex, and now we live together. During dinner, she would always belittle me and make jokes at my expense while everyone just laughed. One day, I was in the kitchen and my sister walked in. She was about 6 months pregnant at the time and started giving me a hard time and made a comment about how Mark never cared about me and just dated me to get close to her. I just broke down and ran to my room and cried all night. As soon as they moved in, I noticed that Mark would stare at me from time to time, but since I was still mad, I just brushed it off. But after what my sister said, I started paying more attention to how Mark looked at me, and I felt a sense of lust, so I started wearing shorter clothes, showing more body. At the time, my sister had baby belly, so she wasn't looking attractive, and I guess Mark was noticing me more because of that. At the time, lockdown was over, but they still lived with us to save money. One day, my mother and sister went shopping for baby stuff, and my father was working. Mark got home early from work. That was the first time Mark and I were alone together after we broke up. He wanted to talk to me and said he was sorry about what happened, that he didn't mean to start something with my sister, but after we broke up, she DM'd him, and after a couple weeks of chatting, she asked him out for drinks as friends. They both got tipsy and spent the night together. He then cut contact with her, but after a month, my sister called him and said she was pregnant. So they moved in together. I told him it was insensitive and that heartbreaking to see them together months after we broke up. I started crying, and he hugged me. He said sorry while he held me, and we kissed and ended up having sex. We kept doing it for months until my niece was born, and after a couple months they moved out. We would meet from time to time just for sex. I really didn't have feeling for him. We slept together for over a year until he said he wanted to leave my sister and niece and run away with me. I reminded him that we were just buddies and I didn't have feeling for him. He broke down and I ended things. It's been months and he is still with my sister. I started dating a nice guy and am happy. I just hope it never comes to light what we did. I know it was horrible what I did, but my sister also didn't care about my feelings when she slept with my ex. I know AITA, but she's also an AH, so I guess we were even.